Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone's having a nice Friday morning. Again, finally made it to the end of the week. Weather's been a little bit warm for us over the last couple days, but started to cool back a little bit yesterday. And forecast over the next week going to include a lot of cooler conditions. I think a lot more seasonal, not even below average, but we also have a lot we're kind of keeping our eyes on in terms of wind today and chances for some thunderstorms, rounds of rain, maybe rounds of severe weather as we head late this weekend and then into early parts of the work week next week. So there is a lot that we kind of want to keep an eye on in the forecast over the coming days. We're going to go ahead and jump right in, though. First, take a look at your May calendar. We're halfway through the month now, and we've strung together 12 consecutive days, like I was just saying, some pretty warm weather. 12 consecutive days with above-average high temperatures. Yeah, and yesterday was a little bit cooler, high of 80 here in Lincoln, but again, our normal high temperature the first half of May is generally in the low to mid-70s, and we've generally been above that. 13 days with an above-average high temperature, one day back on the 3rd when we hit it right on the nose, and just one day so far this month with below-average high temperatures. That was back on May 2nd when we topped out at 61 degrees. Also, again, we've hit on it a lot over the course of the past week, but been awfully dry for us. Again, first half of the month, we picked up just 21 hundredths of an inch of precipitation. That's over 2 inches now below normal, and again, it has been bone dry again for the year now, almost 5 inches below normal in terms of our rainfall here in the capital city, and that's not just here in Lincoln. That's basically the same story for just about everyone across the state. But again, here in Lincoln now, with the dry conditions, not only this May, but for the entirety of the year, we've only had 3.28 inches of liquid precipitation through today's date, assuming we don't get any moisture today, which there's a small chance we could see a little bit of light moisture, but any measurable moisture today, that would put us tied for third, the third driest start to the year on record, which again, not great, especially considering, again, March, April, May is supposed to be one of our wetter periods of the year. Still can get pretty wet in June, certainly can be wet in July, but obviously that's the time of year when, again, it can get hot and it can get dry, and it's already been hot and it's already been dry, so would really like to add some rain into the bucket, and does look like we'll have multiple chances for it, though, especially early next week. But today, going to be another windy day. There's going to be a few spotty showers out and about, but overall, again, any moisture we see today is going to be pretty light. Again, we're not going to see the rain likely Saturday, but it does look like it should be pretty nice. Less wind, comfortable temperatures. Sunday, we're going to start to see that chance for moisture begin to pick up. Some thunderstorms possible, maybe some severe weather possible. Then that will continue as we head at least into I think the first half of the week next week. So we are going to have multiple opportunities to see some rain, to see some thunderstorms across the state over the course of the next several days. And we'll get into that here in just a second. First, looking at the low temperatures this morning, anywhere from the low 40s in parts of western Nebraska to the low 60s. To the low 60s across some parts of eastern Nebraska. Here in Lincoln, the Lincoln Airport dropped down to 57 degrees. Again, similar temperatures on the Tempest stations across the metro, generally in the mid-50s. There were some spots in the low 50s, some spots in the upper 50s, but generally in the mid-50s for most locations across town. You can see clear skies, blue sky, again for Lincoln, Grand Island, North Platte, but cloudy conditions right now in O'Neill. We're going to see clouds begin to kind of filter back in, I think, as we head into this afternoon. Skies, I think, eventually becoming partly to mostly cloudy across the state. Right now in Lincoln, though, we can see there's a few little raindrops on the windshield. There's or on the lens there. There is actually a little light shower kind of passing through. Not sure if that's would be measurable moisture or just a trace. Probably leaning towards just a trace at this point, but 62 at the airport, 62 at the 1011 studios. Winds aren't too bad right now, but it will be another windy day, and dew points are comfortably right at 40 degrees. Temperatures on the Tempest stations across town sit in the low 60s. Temperatures across the state ranging from the low 50s to the low 60s. Falls City is the warm spot there at 67 degrees. Valentine, the cool spot, they're at 46 degrees this morning. Much drier out there compared to a couple days ago. Dew points are in the 30s and low 40s, and winds, again, this is going to be the real big issue today here in Lincoln. We're going to see that wind really begin to pick up probably in the next hour or so. You can see just off to our west, York, Columbus, Norfolk, sustained winds about 25 to 30 miles an hour. So look for that wind to really begin to pick up here over the course of the next hour or two. And again, those winds gusting behind the next front that we have moving through 30, 40, 45 miles an hour. And that's going to continue to pick up as we head through the day today. We do have high wind warnings and wind advisories in place across the state. So that'll be something that we'll keep a close eye on. Satellite radar picture, again, you can see just that little band of very light rain kind of moving through southeastern Nebraska. Not sure that's going to amount to much more than going to trace maybe 1/100 of an inch or two. Also continue to have some areas of light rain trying to kind of slide into the northern parts of the state. The area of low pressure continues to spin across parts of the Dakotas, and that's going to, again, try and bring in some light moisture to the area as we head at least through the morning hours. I think my computer might have locked up here. See if I can get it back before we try and pull this back up here. Yeah, my computer's locked up, so let's give it a second. Apparently seeing a little bit of light rain on the radar was just too much for the computer because feels like been so long since we've even had a little bit of light rain here in the capital city. So yeah, I had to Control-Alt-Delete and shut down my program here, so give me a second while I try and get it back up. Looks like it's almost back here. Give me one more second. Maybe. It's thinking about it. Hey, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, again, a little bit of light rain out there, but nothing too impactful this morning. If we zoom out and look at a regional view, again, we can see that spin of that low-pressure system across the northern plains. Again, it'll try and wrap at least a little bit of moisture back around into likely the northern parts of the state as we head through the day today. Also, we can see a number of thunderstorms down off to our south and east. Again, that's where the severe weather threat is going to be, kind of southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee today. That's where the severe weather threat is going to be. Again, could see against pretty intense storms in those regions as we head through the day today. Weather alerts, again, there's some severe alerts off to our east. They'll likely see more of those today. Still have some heat alerts down across parts of South Texas. Across much of the northern plains, though, we have those wind alerts. Again, we can see the high wind warnings and the wind advisories that are in place. It's going to be through late this evening. Again, in those areas with a high wind warning across the northern tier of the state, wind gusts maybe 50 to 60 miles an hour at times. The wind advisory areas here in Lincoln and southeastern Nebraska could see those winds gusting maybe upwards of 50 miles an hour at times. So again, a lot of wind out there as we head through the day today. So we check out Skycast. Again, we're going to see some of those areas of light rain, I think, across the northern tier of the state as we head through the morning. And then clouds will begin to increase as we head late morning into the afternoon. Like I mentioned, eventually I think kind of becoming partly to mostly cloudy as we head through the afternoon into the evening. But then cloud cover does clear back out as we head towards late Friday night. And then the weekend, again, looks like it should be pretty nice. Saturday, we're going to see a few clouds, less wind, though. And then, again, mainly dry dry conditions. Parts of western Nebraska, the high plains, again, could see a spotty shower, maybe a rumble of thunder, but really not a whole lot happening there. Then as we head into the day on Sunday, again, looks like it should be fairly nice, comfortable temperatures for us, but then we will start to see a chance as we head Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening to see some thunderstorms begin to develop off the high plains before they kind of move across the region. Again, there will be a threat for some severe weather on Sunday, but then that threat will continue as we head Sunday into Sunday evening, Sunday night, as the system emerges from the Rockies, moves across the area. We're going to keep our fingers crossed that we can get some widespread beneficial rain from that system. Also, we're going to see that wind pick back up, but then we'll see another chance as the system slowly moves through the area. More showers, more thunderstorms, maybe more severe weather heading our way Monday afternoon into Monday evening. And then on the back end of the system, again, potentially more rain for us as we head into the day on Tuesday night, potentially lingering into the day for us on Wednesday. So again, multiple rounds of rain possible for us over the course of the next several days. And if we added up that rainfall between now and midweek next week, it could add up to, again, hopefully several inches of moisture. And like I said, if we can get that without necessarily getting the severe weather, that would be the best of both worlds. But this is the European model. Again, has some widespread rain across the area. The American GFS model has a similar solution. It does still indicate maybe some dry spots or some dry slots, maybe across parts of southwestern, south central Nebraska. So it's by no means a sure thing in the bag. Everyone's going to get rain. There's still some question marks, timing, placement, things like that could impact, again, who sees rain, maybe who sees more rain, who sees less rain. So again, make sure you stay tuned with the forecast updates as we head through the day today and certainly through the weekend as well. As far as the severe weather outlook today, we do have a moderate risk. That's, again, 4 out of 5 on the severe weather threat scale. That's across, again, areas that I mentioned earlier, parts of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee. Again, they could see potentially some long-track tornadoes, some very damaging winds, large hail, torrential rain, all the rest of it. So again, this is already an area that's unfortunately seen a lot of weather over the last several weeks through the spring, and it looks like they could be dealing with another round of some pretty intense thunderstorms as we head through the day today. Again, tomorrow, or if we look at the tornado outlook, again, high tornado threat, again, especially across parts of southern Illinois, Indiana, much of Kentucky as well. So keep that area. It'll be the area of concern today. Severe wind threat as well, as looks like we'll see maybe a line of storms, a sort of a bow echo, MCS kind of develop with this line of storms. And then actually the hail threat's probably on the lowest. It's probably wind, tornadoes, rain, and then hail. And then Saturday, that severe weather threat stays down to our south. Sunday is when we start to see that severe weather threat edge into the 10-11 coverage area, including much of the southern half of the state. Again, where we have a marginal and slight risk for severe weather, but then we also have that enhanced risk for severe weather. So again, that's 3 out of 5 on the severe weather threat scale. That's just down to our south across parts of our northern Kansas counties. So that's day, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, Sunday night. We'll have to keep an eye on for some of those severe storms. Lincoln, technically in the marginal risk, but we do see that slight risk across the southern tier of the county. So again, isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms going to be possible across much of southern Nebraska, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, Sunday night. But that severe weather threat will continue then into Monday as that low pressure system kind of again spins its way out of the Rockies across the plains. Again, we see parts of central and eastern Nebraska outlined in that severe weather threat from the Storm Prediction Center on Monday. And then on Tuesday, the threat looks like it would shift a little bit off to our south and east, but again, still close enough that we want to pay attention to it as we head into the day on your Tuesday as well. Although, again, does look like the severe threat for us, I think, would be much lower on Tuesday as temperatures will be much cooler, which we'll take a look at here in just a second. So if we zoom in, take a closer look, Skycast. Again, you can see the clouds across the northern tier of the state this morning. Some of that, some of those areas of light rain. I think the light rain kind of fades as we head through the morning into the afternoon, but the clouds will increase in coverage, I think, as we head into the afternoon. Windy conditions across the entire state as we head into this afternoon, into the evening. As we get towards sunset, though, again, around 9 o'clock, that wind should settle down for us. And then as we head into Saturday, I think we see a much nicer day, a lot less wind, pretty comfortable temperatures, and generally dry across the state, though parts of western Nebraska can't rule out maybe a shower, isolated thunderstorm. And then into the day on Sunday, again, similar temperatures, pretty seasonal, but a little bit more cloud cover, I think, through the day. We'll see the east northeast and southeast winds that'll be a bit on the breezy side. And then as we head into Sunday evening, again, we start to see that chance for those thunderstorms developing and moving from west to east across the state, and that'll be our severe weather threat. It could be more of an overnight threat for us here in Lincoln and eastern Nebraska, more of a mid to late evening threat for parts of western and central sections of the state. But again, still have a couple days to work on that threat for severe weather on Sunday. Just know that it is there. Now, as far as the wind gusts today, again, I think as we head into this afternoon across the state, we're going to be looking at winds gusting 35, 45, 55 miles an hour at times. I think the strongest winds will be across the northern tier of the state where they have that high wind warning that's in place. That's where we think top-end wind gusts could approach 60 miles an hour at times. But again, it's going to be another windy day, but that wind should settle down for us as we head towards 10 o'clock tonight. As far as temperatures go, though, it'll be a cool day, especially across the northern tier of the state. Highs only reaching the 50s and 60s as we head through the day today, as they'll see more cloud cover throughout the day. Cloud cover will take a little bit longer for us to reach us here in southern Nebraska, so temperatures still, we think, getting into the low to mid 70s for us here in Lincoln, upper 70s in Falls City, but upper 60s, low 70s for the Tri-Cities, right around 70 degrees in North Platte. Chilly morning tomorrow, especially if you're in western Nebraska. Temperatures dropping down into the 30s to right around 40. We'll go mid to upper 40s for the eastern half of the state, so a little bit of a cool start to our Saturday. Saturday afternoon, though, temperatures rebound for the northern tier of the state. We'll say mid to upper 60s to low to mid 70s for most of the state Saturday. Pretty close to where we should be for this time of year. Sunday morning, not quite as cool. We'll look at low 40s to low 50s for lows. Sunday afternoon, again, 60s and 70s across the state, including 74 here in Lincoln, 71 in Grand Island, 67 in North Platte. And then into early next week, we start Monday with lows in the upper 40s to upper 50s. Monday afternoon, 50s, 60s, and 70s. And then as we head into the day Tuesday, again, low 40s to low 50s, but then Tuesday afternoon temperatures only reaching the low 50s to low 60s across the state. So seasonably cool May afternoon for us as we head into parts of early next week, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, where temperatures in Lincoln here are going to be in the low 50 or low 60s, that is rather. So some much cooler temperatures for us over the next week compared to the last week to 10 days. Again, looking at 60s and 70s, lows in the 40s and low 50s for the most part over the course of the next week. Again, windy today with that small chance for a little bit of moisture. That chance goes up, though, as we head into Sunday night, and especially into Monday, Tuesday. Again, right now we have 50%, but again, I think that number could definitely grow for us as we get closer and kind of nail down some of those details. 10-day forecast for select cities across the state. Again, you can see pretty cool and comfortable week to 10 days for us, with temperatures mainly in the 60s and 70s. Really no 80s in the forecast for us as we head over the course of the next week. Dew points still look like they'll be fairly reasonable for us. Monday with that threat for severe weather, though, especially in eastern Nebraska, we do see those higher dew points, which is indicative of potentially that threat for severe weather. Obviously, moisture, one of the big ingredients for our severe weather, and does look like we should have enough of it as we head into the day on Monday. But then behind that system, much drier dew points for the middle and end of the week next week and into the following weekend. Rain chances for us over the next 10 days. Again, we can see there's actually a lot of them on there. Again, we'll see a better chance across the northern tier of the state today. Dry tomorrow, but then Sunday, especially Sunday night into Monday, Tuesday, another good chance, and then continued at least low-end chances in the forecast as we head through the second half of the week next week and into the following weekend. Long-range outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, again, continues to favor above-average temperatures for parts of central western Nebraska, favoring cooler-than-average temperatures for parts of southeastern Nebraska. And the precipitation outlook, again, no clear signals, at least for us here in the 10-11 coverage area, whether it be above or below average, but right now kind of looks like equal chances for both above or below average precipitation. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that we can see some above average precipitation kind of through the end of May there. So a lot to keep an eye on over the next couple days. Just the wind today, but then that severe threat, especially Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. So as always, make sure you keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all the latest forecast details on that. Keep it tuned. Carmela will have you covered as we head through the upcoming weekend. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. Hope everyone has a nice Friday, and hope everyone has a nice weekend.